Hello there, my fellow folks. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for the What If series as we're talking about Elvis Presley. For this video, we are aware when Elvis' success continues, but what if Elvis teams up with a legend? One, the only, Tom Jones. As two biggest artists goes on the road together as two men, two voices, two eras. Let's see a what if scenario on tour that never happened as it should have been. Let's start from the very beginning. Tom Jones is a huge fan of Elvis, and they met on the set of Paradise Hawaiian Style, as at that time, it was Elvis' next film, as he was filming at the time, in a mock helicopter at Paramount Studios. And Elvis waved at Tom, and he waved back to Elvis. After the filming for the day for him, Elvis walked up to Tom. At that time, Tom's recent hit was With These Hands, and Elvis sang it in front of Tom, and Tom was surprised that Elvis is singing his own song in front of him. After that, both of them became great friends, and both were in Vegas, but in separate venues a couple years later. Then in late of 1973, Elvis went through a downfall. One night in Vegas, both Elvis visits Tom after Tom's first shows in September of that year, with their usual jam sessions in Tom's hotel room. They always both visit each other's hotel rooms, just hang and sing together. In some point, they're both curious going, if they want to tour together. They both like the idea. Elvis convinced his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, for the first time. But he doesn't want that to happen. That was the first time. Then the second time was from Tom's management. He wants that to happen, but Colonel refused. Then the final straw was asked, as it was a final made decision. They decided to remove the Vegas May shows for Elvis in 1974 to do the Elvis Presley and Tom Jones tour. Elvis haven't had an excitement in a long time since the Aloha shows, trying something different. And of course, it finally happened. They made that decision to let that happen. So, both the managers finally strike a deal to do the tour together. Both Elvis and Tom had conversations of which songs they want to perform together, including their own sets. And then Tom's management made a suggestion saying, why not Pink Floyd to open up for them? From their success of Dark Side of the Moon, and of course, back in 1973, Dark Side was one of the biggest albums of all time, but at that point. So they're going, yeah, why not, let's do that. However, for the mid to late June shows, Pink Floyd will be not available because they will be touring in France from 18th to the 26th of June, and just in time for the tour to kick off in May. After both Tom and Elvis finishing up their own individual shows, to finish up the tour, they found their replacement. That would be Wings, Paul McCartney's group, with hits and albums such as Live and Let Die, Band on the Run, and Red Rose Speedway. Wings will open up for the later part of the tour. Throughout late 1973 to early 1974, for the tour, it was rumored. Both Elvis and Tom denied the rumors in both of their shows, until an official one came out in February 1974. The rumors were actually true. They accidentally released the ticket sales, and it was supposed to be on sale in early March of 74. But then it went on sale in mid-Feb. And yeah, it's official. And then the tour had been finally commenced in May 16th, opening night in Las Vegas. From the critics, a few were saying it's a clash of the titans, of two mega artists on one tour together. It centered an electrifying tour of the decade. The Tigerman meets the Swagger example. Throughout the tour, pretty much successful. Also, never been expected, both artists goes on the road together, and then Pink Floyd kicks off their set from Dark Side of the Moon, and they get Elvis and Tom do their hits on stage together. Both of them including hits after hit, and then medleys and whatever. Then in the later shows, we have Wings to open up for them for their Wings set. After the tour, in their final show on Memorial Day, July 4th, they don't know if they will see each other again for like a big tour like that. Well, they will see each other again, but in different occasions in the next 2 decades. So in between that time of the final shows to leading up to the 21st century, so during that time, Elvis will be inviting Tom to perform with Elvis to do the 50th birthday 1985 concert. Then 25 years after the first tour in 1999, with the releases of the 21st Century and the Reload albums for both Elvis and Tom, they're both about to head off to their own tours in between that time, their managements had conversations about doing a possibility of a revival tour in the 21st century, but don't know what year would be. They'd originally set to start doing the shows in 2001, but Tom would be busy at that time, so they decided to move it in 2002. Then the new year came around in the year of 2000. Tom and Elvis had conversations how they're gonna process of doing the revival tour here and there. And their management and themselves talk about conversations about the set, dates, acts, etc. But both of them knows Paul McCartney and Roger Waters, they are still inactive in the music scene, in touring wise. And both of them can represent for Pink Floyd and Wings. Also, they can bring other artists from other countries, because now Aussie artists are getting much respect. Now, like John Farnham and Jimmy Barnes. Also, they're in conversations talking about touring worldwide, and it was a great idea. With Roger, he only had to do one show, because he'll be finishing up his In the Flesh tour at that time. Then their management made a suggestion of going, why not we can have a representative of the younger generation? So, and the suggestion I put it in was Usher. To, at that time, can represent for the younger generation, only doing for one show. As well, because Usher will be finishing up his 8701 tour by that point. So, that'll be great. It's a great mix to that. In the fair point in this moment, that Jimmy Barnes, Paul McCartney, and John Farnham open up for them. However, Farnham would be playing new stuff from his upcoming album that will be The Last Time. The shows must go on. Well, let's move on to the tour dates and setlist for both tours. Let's kick off the year in 1974. So we kick off in Las Vegas, May 16th and 17th, the start of the tour with Pink Floyd. Then to Denver on May 20th. Then New York, May 22nd, 23rd, 25th, and 26th. Then St. Louis on May 28th. Then Atlanta, June 1st. Then Memphis, June 6th, 8th, and 10th. There'll be no opening acts by that point. Then in Dallas on June 12th. And finally in Phoenix on June 13th, ending the tour run with Pink Floyd to open up for Elvis and Tom. Then Wings takes over on June 15th, 16th, and 18th at Los Angeles. Then we move to Montreal on June 22nd and 24th. Then Toronto, June 25th. Then Vancouver, June 27th. Portland, June 29th. San Francisco, June 30th. Miami, July 1st. And finally, on their final stop will be July 4th on Memorial Day in Hawaii. Then we move to 2002. We'll be kicking off at San Diego, June 5th, 7th, and 9th. No opening acts. Then Hampton Roads on June 10th. Paul McCartney will be opening up for them. Richmond, June 11th. No opening acts. Greensboro, June 12th. That'll be with Jimmy Barnes. New Orleans, June 13th. John Farnham. And then on June 15th and 16th will be in Houston. Paul and John will open up for them. Then Washington, D.C., June 18th and 20th, Paul McCartney opens up. Then Paris, June 24th and 25th, Jimmy will open up. Then on June 28th, Roger in London is going to open up. Then on June 30th in London as well, John is going to open up for them too. Then Buffalo on July 4th and 7th, no opening acts. Then New York, July 9th, 10th, and 10th of July, Usher is going to open up. Then July 12th. Then Vancouver, July 15th, no opening acts. Las Vegas, July 20th, 21st, 23rd, 24th, 26th, and 28th. The first three Vegas shows will be opened up by Paul and John. Then Los Angeles, August 1st, 2nd, and 4th. The second show will be opened up by Jimmy and John. Then Toronto will be August 7th, 9th, and 10th, Paul and Jimmy. Then Auckland, August 14th and 15th, Paul is going to open up. Then Darwin, August 17th, will be no opening acts. Then Brisbane, August 20th, John's going to open up. Sydney, August 21st, 23rd, and 24th, Jimmy's going to open up. And finally in Melbourne, August 26th, 28th, and 30th, Paul, Jimmy, and John open up for Tom and Elvis. Now we move on to the set list for 1974 and 2002. So we kick off with, in the year of 1974, the opening medley of What I Say and Johnny Be Good. Then Elvis Presley set with Something, Rock and Roll Medley, Fever, Steamroller Blues, Can't Stop Loving You, Until It's Time for You to Go, A Big Hunk of Love, The Wonder of You, Suspicious Minds, Just Pretend, Are You Lonesome Tonight, and The Impossible Dream. Then we move to a ballad medley with Green Green Grass of Home, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, and With These Hands. Then we move to Tom's set with Venus, Help Yourself Without Love, I Can't Turn You Loose, Delilah, It's a Man's World, Thunderball, She's a Lady, The Long and Winding Road, Funny How Time Slips Away, What's New Pussycat, and It's Not Usual. Then you have two finales. You have Try a Little Tenderness, Higher and Higher, Proud Mary, Please, 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 and Smooth Me. Then with the second finale, you have Can't Help Falling in Love. Then you have an encore of a gospel medley with Why Me Lord, My Yiddish Mama, and Unchained Medley. Then we move on to the year of 2002. We kick off with opening medley of Heartbreak Hotel, It's Not Usual, and A Girl Like You. Then we move on to Elvis' set with Steamroller Blues, Welcome to My World, Fever, Teddy Bear Don't Be Cruel, You Don't Have to Say Love Me, and Just Pretend. Then we move on to Tom's set with Mama Told Me Not to Come, Down to the Nightclub, Burning Down the House, Delilah, Move Closer, and Thunderball. Then we have a medley of favorites with Green Green Grass of Home, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, and With These Hands. Then we have an intermission break. Then after that, Elvis sings Tom's hits, such as Sex Bomb, She's a Lady, At This Moment, and Carrying a Torch. Then Tom will sing Elvis' songs will be Johnny Be Good, One Night, Are You Lonesome Tonight, and Polk Salad Annie. Then we have a finale set with old school and new school. So the old school medleys, we have Let It Be Me, Funny How Time Slips Away, Try a Little Tenderness, I Can't Get Next to You, I'll Go Crazy, Chain of Force, and Mancha Boy. Then with a new school medley, we have You Can Leave Your Hat On, Kiss, Satisfaction, Unbelievable, Green Limousine, and If I Only Knew. Then we have a gospel medley of a finale encore. We have The Impossible Dream, Unchained Medley, and My Yiddish Mama. After a tremendous success on the 2002 leg of the tour, seeing an opportunity for fans who've seen the 74 leg, the 2002 leg, or if it's the first time missed, or in between. See two legacy artists on one stage together, us fans, we would never see like that in our lifetimes again. So that is it on the What If on Elvis. Hope you all enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe. If y'all haven't done it yet, hit the notification bell and don't miss any single video I have in the pipeline coming up. So take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Until next time. See you later.